Okay, number one, we got a function f of x. We want to find the absolute min and max values. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the derivative. Right, f prime of x, it's going to be 12x squared minus 12x to the third minus 12x squared minus 24x, which you could factor out. There's a common factor of 12x there. You'd be left with x squared minus x minus 2. And that could be factored even further. That quadratic could be factored as x minus 2 times x plus 1. Okay. We know that critical points, or critical numbers, are going to occur when either that equals 0 or where it's undefined. We don't have to worry about that being undefined, right? There's no dividing, there's no, right, that, that's a polynomial, it's defined for all x's. But, so the critical points are going to be where the derivative equals 0, and that's going to be at 3 places because we got 3 factors here, right? Either 12x equals 0, or x minus 2 equals 0, or x plus 1 equals 0. So that gives us actually 3 solutions, right? X equals 0 is one of them, x equals 2 is another one, x equals negative 1 would be a third critical number. Okay, and notice all 3 of those are in the interval negative 2 to 3, which is where we were told to look. So what we have to do is we have to plug all these critical numbers into the original function here along with the endpoints, and those will give us a list of candidates for the absolute maximum values. And then the biggest number in that list will be the absolute maximum. The smallest number in the list is the absolute minimum. So let's go ahead and plug those numbers in. Now the fact that we have to plug in 5 different x values into the same function, let me show you quick easy way to do that on your calculator, especially since it's we're not going to be doing it in our heads pretty much. What I did is I typed in my function f into the y equals menu. Okay, notice this is f, not f prime. And then what I'll do is I'll make it so it's asking for the independent variable when I create a table. And then I'm going to create a table by plugging in the x values that I want. So let me plug in first the critical points. Okay, so those are the critical numbers I just found. And then I also have to plug in the endpoints. The endpoints are negative 2 and 3. Okay, and so that gives us our list of candidates, right? That's right. I just made a little table of values there. Here are my critical numbers, and then here are my endpoints, and I'm plugging them into the original function f. Right, I'm plugging them into the original function f of x, which is this degree 4 polynomial up here. These are the outputs I get when I plug in those numbers, and it's looking like negative 31 is the smallest, so that would be the absolute minimum. And then positive 33 is the biggest number in that list, that would be the absolute maximum. And to verify that on the calculator, right, I've already got my function f. Typed in there. What I would do is for the window, the x window, I would type in negative 2 to 3. That would be my x min and x max. Okay, that's what I was told. But then knowing the absolute minimum and maximum values, that helps you to determine the best y window. Y should go from negative 31 to positive 33 in increments of whatever, that's a range of 64 there, so that's pretty big. So maybe I'll go in increments of 5. Okay. Yeah, that way if you graph it, you're guaranteed to see the whole graph. You're gonna see both the highest point and the lowest point. But you won't see, but you're not seeing anything else, right? That's basically the smallest window you could pick in order to get that, in order to actually see everything there. Okay, so this is the graph of our function. This is the function f of x, from -2 to 3 on the x-axis, and that's just because that's the interval we were given. And then the absolute minimum value is right here. Okay, that occurred, that's actually at the point 2 comma -31, which you can see there. And then the absolute maximum is actually right here. That happens to occur at the left endpoint, right? That's when x is -2 and y is 33. And that, you see that on the graph also.